The January transfer window is just drawn to a close. First off, how would you summarise it as a whole?
Yeah, as an whole, when you look at it completely, it's been, I think, a successful one. We made a bit of movement early with Brandon Cooper and Ollie O'Neill coming in, and yeah, I think that it's been quite a slow window. I think even throughout, if I'm totally honest, if you look from Premier League down, I think it's been a slow burner. There's been, I think in January you've got to be careful. I think the position we take up in the league allows us to be more careful. If I'm totally honest, there's no knee-jerk reactions to any type of signings, and we're looking for signings that can improve us going forward, even if it takes a little bit of time to do that.
If we look at the outgoings, first of all, Adam Thompson's gone out on loan, Aaron Drynen's left permanently, Ed Turns has gone back to Brighton. What was the thinking with allowing those guys to move on?
Yeah, look, the thing with it is that the first thing I want to say to all three of them is that us as a club, and I'm sure the fans will go along with this, that they helped us to get success in League One last year, League Two, sorry, to come to League One. They haven't played, especially Adam and Aaron, haven't played the pitch time that they would want, and we have to look to be moving on, to improve us going forward. So when the opportunity for them two players, especially Adam and Aaron, to go out, come along, we felt it was right for us to allow that to happen, and we have done. Ed Turns, he done really, really well. He's come in, but he slipped down the pecking order to probably fourth choice centre half once we took Brandon Cooper in, and was getting a bit frustrated. And he had the opportunity to go to a club where he's going to start straight away in terms of crew. And we felt it was fair to him as well. He didn't make the bench last Saturday. If all honesty, he probably wouldn't have made the bench this Saturday. And I think we have to treat these people with respect, because they've been a massive part of our success. So the respect that we show them is that if we feel there's something better for them, and it's good for them and it's good for us, I think it's the right thing to do. But again, I'll go back to the thing I said at the start, they go with a massive amount of thanks from us as staff, and they've been an integral part of our success. But like anything, football just, it rolls on, and things change, and we have to deal with that change.
Onto the incomings, and you mentioned Brandon a minute ago. Why was it so important for us to get him in on a permanent deal?
Yeah, look, Brandon, if I look at it, since Brandon come here, he started in the team and was excellent, really good. And we was talking about, a young 23-year-old, one for us that we feel that can be a definite League One player, and one that can really compete in League One. He had the sending off, and then things were not so good for him personally. But we see him in training every day. We see the type of character he was, and we just felt that he would be a good addition at 23, with his background coming into our squad. And we looked at him and thought, is he a player? We always talk about League One ready players, and we felt he was a League One ready player. And he's going to have to be patient still when he's come in, and Dan Happy and Omar Beckles have done really well. But we feel very comfortable knowing if either of them pick up an injury, that Brandon can go in there and do the job. And he's proved that he can, and I'm sure he proved that he can again.
And Ollie came in, Ollie O'Neill, at the start of last week, and he's someone that we would have seen on Saturday who looks like he's got a really exciting future ahead of him.
We've followed Ollie for a while, to be honest. I mean, I've watched him a couple of times live personally, which is not always the case when the signings come in. And I thought he was excellent in that game against us. And then we monitored him. We had sent people out to go and watch him, and we like what we see. And when we said to Fulham, we'd like a closer look, can he come and train, and can he play in a game? If someone who's at Fulham might turn around and say, why do I have to do that? But he wanted to come and show us what he was about. He come in and looked really, really good in training. He played in a behind closed door game at Reading and was excellent. And I think he's got talent. He's got a movement of the hips where he goes past people without looking like he's doing an awful lot. And I think he's 21, but we do feel that in time he will be a really, really good signing for us, and puts some. We always talked about with Theo that we had to play Theo Nierhoff all the time because we haven't got anyone competing with out there, and we think Ollie does that, and I do believe he will be a good signing for this football club going forward.
And just lastly, Dan has come in from Bournemouth tonight, and so has Kayan from Arsenal. What's the thinking between bringing those two in on loan?
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest. When Aaron went, we looked at some senior players. The dice didn't fall our way for a senior striker. We always wanted to fetch one senior and one junior striker in, and then we didn't get our senior striker, and then these two, we was umming which one to take out of the two at the time, and then we decided, when we lost out on the senior striker that we wanted to fetch in, we decided to take both of them. But we've had them watched for quite a long time now. Matt Harold knows the Bournemouth people really well. Steve Foster and Mike still have seen Kynan at Arsenal, and it's nice that clubs like AFC Bournemouth and Arsenal have got a trust in how we do things, that they send their good young talent to us, and that's we want to be that type of club where, if we look how important our loan signings have been over the last 3 or 4 seasons, it's essential to make your squad and your team better. And I think these two young boys will come in to prove that they want to be as good as they possibly can and get in the team. I don't want to say it too loud, but Shaq Ford probably wouldn't have pulled up a lot of people jumping from the rooftops about his name. But he's been absolutely outstanding for us. So young players coming in can give the squad a bit more vibe, a little bit further around it as well. And the position we're in, where the bottom 4 is 12 points away and the top 6 is 11 points away, or maybe 10, I can't remember now. We look at it that we feel that we could probably take a chance with different types of players, but do we feel that we could possibly get in the top 6? Look, I always look at the bookies. They've got us 251 to go down, and they've got us 100 to 1 to go up. So there's quite a big odds there that we're going to end up in the middle somewhere. But these two boys will come in, and as I say, now look, when we look at the squad upstairs, we've got the right balance in and around the squad in terms of forwards, midfielders and defenders, and we're looking forward to the last 18 games of the season.